Hi, it's Lindsay Diane from DianeDecor.com. In this video, we're going to talk all about coffee table decorating. I'm going to share with you 4 of the most popular coffee table decorating formulas, as well as pair the coffee table styles and shapes with the best decorating formula. I'm also going to talk about which ones are great for if you have high traffic family areas versus low traffic formal sitting rooms. So let's get started with the first coffee table decorating formula. Number 1 is the tray vignette. Now with this coffee table decorating formula, you're going to use a tray and an assortment of items clustered together to create a vignette on top of that tray. That tray is then going to be placed on your coffee table. Now for this particular style, it really does not matter what shape your coffee table is. In fact, it's particularly good if you have a soft top coffee table. So one that is like an ottoman and a coffee table combined, or a storage ottoman coffee table combo that does not have a hard top. A tray vignette is perfect for that because it gives you a level, stable space on which to decorate. So on your tray, you may have an assortment of items. You could have a trio of items or, a cluster of 5 items. Usually you want these of varied height. So you may have something that's tall, like a vase or a potted plant with some flowers or something like that. And then you may have like a stack of books or a candle. You could have other decorative sculptures. You can have just a variety of different things. The sky is sort of the limit when it comes to the tray vignette. The key here is that they are all sort of organized on the tray, and the tray is then easily picked up and moved when you need that coffee table space or want to use it as a footstool in the case of the storage ottoman. So if you have a high traffic family area, the tray is an excellent option with the vignette. And of course, it's easy when you keep it simple with 3 items or so. It's easy to swap those out seasonally if you want to update the look of your coffee table. And if you have a space where maybe you want to have snacks and a movie night and you need a place to actually put your bowls and things like that and plates or cups, you have it. You can easily move that tray out of the way with all the decor on top and have a versatile space. It's also great if you want to do like a family game night. You can put puzzles there. You can set your laptop there. This is the best solution if you need a space that can be cleared away quickly, or you have lots of family members and lots of people that are going to be sort of vying for space on that coffee table to set their items while they're enjoying that space. Next up is the trio cluster. Now this is a cluster of 3 elements together on a coffee table. There's no tray involved, but generally this trio is following the right angle guidelines. So this is where you have a sort of invisible right triangle and you have one high end and it tears down and comes across. So on your high end, odds are you have like a vase with some florals that's got some good height, or you may have a figurine on top of a stack of books that has some height to it. And then you tear down from there. You have maybe some smaller elements. Then you may have like a decorative bowl or a decorative box or something like that. This is a really great and easy way to decorate your coffee table. It's not a lot of hassle. If you had to move those things out of the way, you could do so relatively easily. It's not as easy as having the tray and being able to just kind of pick it up and move it, but it's still not anything complicated. It's not like you have to disassemble this, massive display and have to figure out how to reassemble it again. It's relatively simple and it's easy to do. This is probably one of the most common ways to decorate your coffee table, is just to have a cluster of 3 smaller things together. Now, with the cluster, this is good if you also have a higher traffic area. It will leave lots of space on your coffee table so that you don't necessarily have to move these items off. You can still set your magazine or your book or your morning coffee or your laptop or your Kindle or whatever it is. You still have space to set that down on the coffee table while those decorative elements are there. So it makes it just an easy, functional way for everyone to be able to enjoy that space and still have a little bit of decoration and focal point. Again, this is great for sitting rooms and family rooms alike. The trio is also great for any shaped coffee table, whether you have a round, oval, square, or rectangular coffee table, the trio will work for you. Next up is the centerpiece. Now, if you like a more minimalist look to your decor, the centerpiece is the option that you want to go for your coffee table. With the centerpiece, you want a much larger item. You want something that is really going to be a statement piece because it's going to stand alone on your coffee table. Things that are great for the centerpiece formula are going to be large decorative bowls, sculptures, or geodes, or even a really pretty piece of like salvage driftwood, any of those dough bowl troughs that may have some decorative florals or succulents in them or moss in them. Just think of one singular piece. Sometimes you have candle holders that come in a row, but they're all sort of attached as one sort of candelabra type piece. Those are all great options if you want to use the centerpiece formula. The centerpiece formula is also really great if you have a two-tiered coffee table, because I have that nice decorative piece on top, but you also have some space below that's a little bit more functional, and you can store like a basket with some books, or a basket that maybe has some remote controls, or a decorative box or something like that, that has more functional pieces. It may have your coasters and things like that that you may use in a family room down below, while up top you just have that one really bold decorative piece. In addition to the two-tiered coffee table being a great fit for the centerpiece formula, a round coffee table is also a great fit for the centerpiece formula because it can be centered right smack dab in the middle and create a lot of sort of harmony and symmetry in that space. The centerpiece works for an active family room just as well as it works for a low traffic sitting room. You will have, again, like the previous example with the trio, you will have lots of open coffee table space to utilize, and you won't have to worry about necessarily removing this decor in order to use it for another function. So you can jot notes, you can type on your laptop, you can do all of these things right alongside that decorative piece because you'll have plenty of space there. Now, generally, as a rule of thumb, when you're trying to figure out how big your centerpiece or statement piece item should be on this coffee table, think that at its widest, it should take up about a third of the coffee table. So it doesn't have to be at its base. So let's say you have a large, beautiful vase. You're going to count that, that third at its widest. So where your branches or where your florals fan out, that should take up about a third of the width of your coffee table. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to follow any particular rule as far as the height is concerned. Of course, you want to be able to see it, but you also don't want something so high that people have to duck around and look around that centerpiece item. So you want something of a decent height, but it can also be low and sort of expansive as well and work beautifully. Last but not least is the collage. Now, this is something that has been gaining popularity in the last couple of years. And I won't say it's a free-for-all, but it's essentially where you are creating a focal point in your room with your coffee table. This is a highly ornate style. It's more of a maximalist sort of style. You're going to have lots and lots of decorative elements when you're using this sort of collage formula. Generally speaking, this is most commonly used on a square or rectangular coffee table. And you're going to break it up into quadrants. So if you had a square coffee table, just think of an invisible sort of line going straight down the middle and straight across, and you have your 4 quadrants. You're going to focus your decorative items in each of these 4 quadrants and make sure you have things filled out. Now, you can go simple and have 4 big elements in each of the quadrants, or you could even go sort of maximalist and do like a trio of items in each one of those 4 quadrants. but you just want to make sure that you have some sort of invisible aisles going down there as a resting space for your eye, so that it doesn't just look like you've thrown a bunch of stuff onto your coffee table. Instead, it makes it look very intentional with its design when you have these sort of quadrants kind of lined out there. Now, this decorating style, in my opinion, is no good for an active living room. This is something where, disassembling it or making room for even a small little bowl of snacks or a coffee cup is going to be a lot. It's going to be a hassle. Never mind if you have lots of elements that are just positioned just so, it's going to be hard to put them back in that place, and it's going to be a hassle. So it almost makes your coffee table just not a functional item anymore. And that's okay. If you can balance it out with some side tables that are functional, or you have an open floor plan where you have, a huge dining table just beyond your sofa or just over, behind the chairs, and you can sit there and do your work and do your snacks and all of that stuff and still see into the living room, still participate in the conversation, still see a television, then that would work out just fine. But if you have a space where you've got kids that are playing around, you like to do game night and do all of these things in the living room, this collage formula is not going to work. It's taking up almost all of your coffee table space. You're going to have to disassemble it and reassemble it every time you want to make use of that horizontal space. So it's best for either a formal sitting area or a low traffic room, or if you really need to create a decorative focal point. So if for some reason, you don't have a piece of artwork that you can hang on the walls, or you don't have a beautiful bay window to frame or something like that. So if you had something like a shotgun style house, or you have an open floor plan and you are sort of missing walls where you can really add a focal point, you may need to create that decorative focal point with your coffee table. And so this would be the formula that you would use to do that. Think about breaking that coffee table down into quadrants and having some beautiful decorative elements. Make sure that you have them varying in height, and have a nice cohesive look, either by matching your metals, matching your colors, having a little bit of a color palette that matches the other things that are going on in your living room. And you'll have a really, really beautiful scene to look at every time you sit down in your living room or your sitting room. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Make sure that when you are decorating your coffee table, you're considering, the size and the shape of your coffee table, as well as, the function of your room. What do you like to do in that space? Do you need space to be able to set down your morning coffee and muffin? Do you need space to work on your laptop? Or do you just want a really beautiful showpiece? So depending upon your needs and your wants for your family and your space, you can choose one of these 4 formulas and it will work out beautifully. It kind of takes the guesswork out of decorating your coffee table. And remember, there's lots of things to decorate with. You could decorate with candles and candle holders and figurines and coffee table books and dough bowls and vases and potted plants. The sky's really the limit. Just make sure that you have some nice coordinating items, something that goes with the color palette that's happening in your home, something that has some varied height and texture to give it a little bit of interest, and you really can't go wrong with any of these 4 formulas. Don't forget to visit me at DianeDecor.com. I post all about home decorating ideas and inspiration over there. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.